just brushing my eyebrow hairs in one direction. And I'm taking my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade and my angled liner brush. I still had some leftover sample from Sephora, so I'm going to be using that for this tutorial before I dip into my new dip brow. And with my angled liner brush, I'm just dipping the tip in there. Keep in mind that the product is very pigmented, so a little does go a long way. And with the excess, I'm just wiping it off to the side of the tub. Now starting from the arch of my brows, I'm just drawing a little line, following the shape of my brows till the tail of my brows. I'm just doing the same thing to the top. So basically I'm connecting the tail together, and then I'm going to be filling my brows in a sideways motion. Before doing the gradient, you're going to make sure that you don't draw your brows past the bridge of your nose, otherwise you're going to look like you're going to have a unibrow. So make sure that you line them up and you follow basically the shape of your brows. Releasing the pressure on my brush, I'm just slightly feathering in the remaining product on my brush. And I'm doing so in an upward and sideways motion. Here I'm just making sure that the beginning of my brows lines up decently and evenly. And I'm just darkening up the middle part of my brows and the tail end of my brows because you are creating a gradient look, so the tail end has to be darker, the middle part lighter than the tail up until the beginning of your brows, which is going to be the lightest. Taking my hard candy concealer and my detailed concealer brush, I normally just take a bit of the product and squeeze some into the cap because it is also very pigmented, and I just brush off a little bit on my concealer brush. Following the shape of my brows, I'm basically just lining it up to highlight my brows all around and to erase all of the mistakes that I've made, basically just cleaning up around my brows there. And this is an important step because you want your brows to stand out, so highlighting around your brows is muy importante. So once you feel like you've got the shape all done right and precise, you're just going to want to blend out the concealer, diffusing it into the skin. Now that I'm all done, I am taking my spoolie once again and brushing off the excess product on my brows as well as grooming my brows at the same time. This also helps with taming the eyebrow hairs and making sure that they stay in one place. And there you have it, my gradient brows. It on your lips right away once you see the colors.